And we are live. Okay, let me refresh. Make sure you can see us, hear us. There's no echoes, no nothing. All right, looks like we're good to go. Let me see who's here before we get started on this Wednesday, late afternoon. Kind
Really,
of. Is it still there's sunlight still for you or no?
I'm sure. I'm sure there is.
I'm sure.
It's still sunlight.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
like it's been like 8:30. It's like our sunset now, so
Okay.
it's 9 my time already.
Okay.
8:30.
The
It's like
man, misinformation in hand, Kevin, Tony, D-Bay, Sneaker Pickers, Dapper Fanatic, Vegas Valet, True Win, very nice, Rodolfo, Lucky on Three Legs, Flipping the Hustle, what's up, One Kick Finder, our boy Danny, let me see. Dapper says Glenn is looking blurry. I know what was going on here. I keep going like in and out, but
yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Manny Fresh, Jimmy, Mendes Fines, Darren. Let's see, Brian. I did see Brian today. Sneakers Envy
Oh,
at
at work,
work,
but here,
but
hey,
here,
uh, a talented man, a
talent,
multitasking
many talents.
man of
Baker
many talents.
Brand, what's up? All right, so we'll get into some of the finds. We'll talk about sales, and we'll get into our topic today. So, topic top 10 qualities of a successful seller. We know B's gonna bring his A game. Preacher B tonight,
Might come
maybe
out. It might come out.
might come out. And Palma, what's up? So what about some of the stores we saw, like Bed Bath and Beyond
Closing
closing,
down. It's
bankruptcy,
finally their time, huh? Finally their time.
their time.
That's gone.
People are gonna try to source things like that that are in that sell. Well, I guess the best deals they can get. But do you think it's gonna lead to any other stores? We've seen like tech companies, other companies starting to have some layoffs, and so I
Struggling.
wonder, maybe other stores, other things that's going on. Who knows? But we do know credit cards, all that. That's at all time high. They keep posting about that. So we're stage right now. I mean, we know people are definitely still buying. Sales are up, which helps, but for how long we don't know. But at the same time, I feel like everything's just gonna be about convenience. It has
Yep.
been, for the last I don't know how many years now. Less and less stores, less and less malls, being packed. Um, but let's see what happens. Let's see what the chat says. David's Bridal. Oh, there we go. That's another one. Bath and Body Works or Bed Bath and Beyond. I always get those confused. Half empty near me since last year. Sticker pickers. Jimmy Jazz. Oh yeah, online, right?
What's happening?
I know online they stopped the YCMC. Is that
Oh
is that
yeah,
am I
yeah,
saying
yeah,
that right?
yeah.
I know they
YMC.
stopped.
Why? I don't even know.
Uh, Sneakers
YMCA.
Envy right a pounds.
YMCA.
Yeah. Bed Bath Beyond was too late to the online party. Missed the pandemic phase. Mendes fines. Um,
They should have hired eBay sellers and just start listing their products.
yeah, just get everything on there. Consistency should be on top 10. Maurice, I do agree. Wait, is that on here? Let me see. Let me watching during tornado warning in Central Texas. Manny Fresh, stay safe out there. Jimmy Jazz bought out by Snipes. Sneakers Envy. Let me see. And right now it is halftime on Grizzlies Lakers. Just throwing that
Who's
out there.
winning?
Grizzlies. Oh no, actually it's third quarter, but Grizzlies only up by 5.
Oh,
So Southtown Fines,
is it
what's
is it
up?
close out game? Close out game.
If Lakers win this one, then yes.
If
Let's go
not, it might.
Knicks. Sneaker pickers.
If not, it might hurt his legacy.
Exactly. Speaking of Knicks, Anthony Mason
Who's
on
that?
the Mitchell and Ness. Who is that? Oh man. So we got to go
Two.
Knicks.
You're you gotta put this in context because I might be too young for what you're talking about.
Okay, so we're talking about like Ewing, Starks, Mason, like Derek Harper during that time. And then Anthony Mason actually went to the Hornets after the Knicks, but this is like a crazy random one-off to me that I'm like, what? Anthony Mason had to show up. Super dope. Mason your face. There we go. Oh, found a Spreewell today.
Oh,
Very
Spreewell, I
nice.
know. Yeah,
Spreewell.
oh yeah, this is too old, bro. This is
This
black
is
and white
cool.
TV. I'm looking at it, black and white TV. No
No.
HD. I'm just joking.
Rashard, what's up? Always had the ultimate haircuts. Yeah, had Mace in the haircuts, everything. So that's super dope on Anthony Mason. And also we got Iverson on this one with the gold NBA logo. We got some a lot of cleats showing up. Baseball, golf,
Ooh,
football. $20. We got some Prestos. I believe this is women's because I did see these the other day.
man, you
Um,
were ready to cop those, huh?
the Prestos.
Yeah, that was your colorway for with your Orlando Magic vibe.
These are actually kind of clean. I don't care for the floral type of stuff, but
No,
I mean the blue is kind of like a cream white. I think that's kind of dope. Clean colorway. Air Max 90s. I did see these today as well out there sourcing. A lot of hats showing up. So let's talk about hats a little bit. Now, there's some big, weird sizes out there. I would probably stay away from them, but there's also some really good prices on them. And a lot of it seems to be past season NFL, last two seasons, sideline and draft series. They are super clean. I would recommend buying Cleveland Browns. Chiefs, you could definitely pick up. But there's a lot of different hats showing up. Burlington and Ross. Let's see. People picking up metal baseball cleats. Sneakers Envy's asking. Dope Iverson jersey for sure, Adam. Let me see. Most hats at my Burlington, $10. There we go. Picking up hats for the personal for sure. Yeah, great deals on these, especially if you can find your team. I did see Broncos today. I saw Packers. Aaron Rodgers lists Packers. I did
no.
see Rams out there today too in the fitteds. Let me see. Here we go. Steelers. Oh, more Steelers. This is the sideline from last year. Already out there. Burlington. Bears. Browns again. And that was it. So flipping kicks on that one. Let me see. Jordan steals for deals. Always got the women's finds.
I know.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Mm, more women's.
$10. And the Cortez. Man, our Burlington, so our main big Burlington is doing weird stuff.
Why?
They just don't care to where like there's just stuff everywhere. Like I think they just gave up
Huh?
since Christmas time and
They just never
things
recovered.
they never recovered. Now they're putting tables like at the end of the racks and people are just throwing whatever on the tables. Like I've never seen that before.
That's, I guess, if
Super
they don't
weird.
like it, they just leave it there or something.
I guess so. And then you go to the racks like nothing's like where it's supposed to be, and I don't know what's going on now. Let me see, ton of new era snapbacks. Yep, definitely been showing up. eBay Poshman, what's up? My area dry this week, Danny. Rogers is
Oh,
doomed, just like Favre was. All
dang.
right, let's see, Vapor Max Plus Mile High Hustle. $57. Air Max Plus at $40. That one's kids
Oh,
in
that looks
gray.
like a pretty big size.
Might have been like a 6Y, 7Y. It doesn't
Yeah,
say though,
at
but
least, at least. That's
yeah.
definitely not a 4Y.
Looks like a Blazer low at 43. Men's. There's those LeBrons, of
Dude,
course.
they finally clearance those out. They're at like $150 right now.
The LeBrons.
Yeah, the LeBrons.
I think they're still pretty clean though for
Yeah, they're
nice
clean. I
basketball
think
shoe.
they're very Kobe-esque.
The
Ooh,
Advancing Nuggets.
that's a nice colorway. I would
Yeah.
definitely rock that.
It's like a
Is
90s
that
Nuggets, little
snapback?
cream,
Snapback?
navy. Yeah, it is a snap. $13. Very clean.
Yeah, I would definitely cop that. Is
And
that
25 on the
turkey?
jersey.
Turkey?
There you go. Nice Nuggets hat. There we go. TJ Maxx been finding expensive, betting cheap polo, Tommy, etc. Yep, flea market tables near the aisles. So I guess they're just
What?
overran by a bunch of inventory. They're just throwing them on tables. So
Wow, sneaker pickers experiencing it too.
yeah,
But
crazy.
sneaker pickers, does that mean they have a lot of inventory? That's why they're throwing it there?
That's what I'm guessing too. Excess inventory, just too much. Just throw it wherever. More cleats. Richard.
Sheesh.
We got that Dolphins. Little Carolina Panthers right there. And good to see a lot of Tiempos and a lot of soccer also starting to show up.
Man, that makes me want to go on a road trip.
Oh man. Check out the Flyknit on the Infinity Tour. We got the Iversons as well. Yeah, I think see look, Mercurial Southtown Finds $30.
Oh,
And then we had there's way more on the soccer. Let me see.
I've
Oh,
seen
like so
Marshall's
here we
been
go.
getting some too.
Oh, Marshalls. Also Marshalls, I think on the Trouts, they're getting brand new with box. 30 on these. We got the
The
Phantom
tempos, right?
GT. Yeah, Tiempo and the Phantom GT back here at 30. And then we got this one as well. Eddie Things. Phantom GT.
Yo, that's like is that like SG?
It should be, and I can't see the bottom.
Yeah, like
I
it's
think
like
it
a
is.
screw. Yeah, it's a screw on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great time of the year for cleats. Adam.
man, man.
Boys ready. You know what? I think Eddie Things had the Trouts or no? Or somebody else. Let's see. Vans. Oh, I guess it was somebody else. Let me see. Oh, see, here we go. Another one. eBay Poshman.
Oh, Darren says, "Come down to Kentucky. I'll get you in the back room to source with me." Darren, say less. DM me. When?
Kentucky, there we go. B's
There we
ready.
go.
That's an
And Sneakers
easy.
Envy, we fly the West Coast and drive back. That's gonna be probably like a 2 week trip. Sneakers Envy gonna stop at every store.
Oh, look, see, there it is. You wanted to see? eBay
SG
Poshman.
baby. Oh, that's Derby City. I still have so many extra tools
Still
because
got
I
the
bought extra
tools.
tools. I bought extra tools that I put in when people buy.
There you go. Phantom GT Elite and some of the solds.
Sheesh, DFW.
DFW, there we go.
Alive.
150.
Stay away from LA. LA's too much traffic. LA Gonzalez. Too much traffic.
There's Derby City in the back room.
Oh, sheesh.
See?
Oh, we going. Nothing special. I'll take nothing special.
Yeah. Let me see. There goes Steals for Deals.
Intro Martin. As we are both getting hauled off to jail, B says, "I thought you worked there."
I thought you worked
We
there.
just literally go in.
Exactly. Would you wear these Nike Flame shorts?
Is that Hachimura? Rui Hachimura, right?
No, I think they were those other ones. They were just
Oh,
like
they're not?
remember they had like a jersey, kind of
Oh,
like a
kind of like
Nike.
or yeah, some are button ups. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, I want that one. I want that one.
The
I need
shorts.
I need a medium.
Yeah, the shorts
Hey,
look
chat,
dope.
medium chat. Come on.
Yeah, those are
I'll pay
fire.
double what you paid in Ross.
I'll pay
100%
double.
ROI. 100% ROI for you.
More jerseys, Mendes finds. Man, I haven't seen any baseball. I was talking to Brian today. He hasn't seen, and he's been sourcing more than I have, but no jerseys. Hasn't been seeing GT cuts. So I wonder, but even then, the other resellers I usually talk to, they haven't sent me anything. So I wonder if GT cuts were here. Were they not here? I don't
We're
know.
very
I'll never
we're-
know.
Oh, in your area? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I don't think
You,
so.
you haven't worked at Ross Corporation in a long time.
True. Josh Leva, did you get GT cuts? Yes or no? I'm wondering. Let me see. I have the jersey. Need the shorts. Oh, and the Flames. Haven't seen any jerseys or single GT cut. There we go. Josh Leva, man himself, already said. So maybe. I found a GT cut Burlington size 18 sneaker pickers. Here we go. Marshalls. ACLS
Victor.
resells on the tour. There we go. Half box. Oh, very clean. I don't know the price though. And Golf 270.
60. Dude, those things are, man, people flooded them. They released them so many items.
Yeah.
Mine's not selling for 99 bucks.
Eddie Things on the Air Max 90. People have been picking these up. 65. I did see that one at my Ross as well. 97s on women's. 270s in women's. Looks like 55 bucks. And there's those LeBrons again. Oh, there you go. There's the Trout one. Brand new with box. 20 bucks.
Yeah, that one's gonna be tough.
Yeah, they don't move. I did get different colors of these in a bulk lot, and they haven't sold. And I know I'm not priced that high because I got them for cheap, and they're gonna take a bit to move, but they are 20 bucks. You already know. Air Max too pricey for me. Josh Leva on those. Yeah, some of the Air Max 90s also they're not really moving that well. What about Dunks, Eddie Things?
Yeah,
And
that those are the dunks that were at my outlet.
interesting.
Yeah.
And they are a 37.
Yeah.
37 bucks. They are a kid shoe, not men's.
Yep.
But still, I mean, it's a great dunk. Clean dunk. So we have these football. We have the Trout turf as well. And
Oh, I think that kind of trout is what I want to grab. Surf.
20 bucks. But the
Oh,
weird thing is these Trouts weren't even 20. 35.
yeah, because they're considered trainers. They're not.
Mm.
I do like the Grill Master 5000s.
Mile High Hustle says TJ Maxx getting out of control. So the Vapor Max was 90 bucks. No box, nothing. Man, they tanked those Trouts. eBay Poshman. All right. And Polo Hustle to Win also on the Vapor Max Plus as well. So a little mix out there. eBay Poshman, nice little haul. And I know Funky Finds has to be somewhere around here. They've been putting in that work. Oh, here we go. Burlington, let's go.
Got that man grip.
Yeah, definitely that man grip. All right, let's get this out of the way. Start the show as well. Okay, let's talk about sales before we start. In the chat, how are sales right now? I know that this weekend was definitely a little bit slower. I think B said that I think this Friday is going to be more of a payday Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe this weekend we'll get some better sales. Last 2 days were definitely lower than usual. Last week was still a good week, but right now we are at 109.
Oh, that's still solid though.
Trying to get to the 110. I did talk to Sneakers Envy yesterday. They got a lot of listing to do on clothing. How are you on eBay right now? What is your main focus right now? I know you've been a little bit on the Whatnot side, a little bit of here.
Yeah. We've been streaming on Whatnot and Jamble. Lately we're just trying to clearance out all the clothing that we have. But everything else on eBay we're pretty much caught up. So we're definitely we haven't listed heavily in the last 2 weeks.
Mm.
But I have a bunch of purchases, more of like the cheaper dunks. For I guess I'm trying to just gear up for summer. So, we're probably gonna start listing those this weekend or probably early next week.
All right, let me see the chat. What about Goat, Mercari, Amazon, eBay?
Oh,
What's going on?
Poshmark. Oh, great news on Poshmark. Poshmark paying for my house payment and my car payment this month in 2 weeks of grind.
All cross listing, baby.
All cross listing, baby, and the cross listing only took us like 4 days.
To get
So
all how many items?
no, not all yet, not
Oh,
all. It's
not
like
done
cherry
yet.
pick. Yeah, it's cherry pick. Yeah. So we have about 600 cross listed, and I think on eBay we have. Let me see. We have 1,200 listings. So half. We have half of our store on Poshmark. So
Nice.
payments by Posh, baby. Hey, I'm trying. They won't. They won't let me in.
You can do a live on Poshmark. There we
They be
go.
like, nah, this guy been everywhere. We don't want this guy.
This guy's selling. Oh, so tell everybody, what is Jamble? Has anybody
Yeah,
heard of this platform on
yeah.
here?
And the crazy part is, I'm not. As you guys know, I'm an Android user. I don't have it in my app. It's only an iPhone. Um, but it's a new platform. If you guys want to get in practicing live selling, Jambo would be great. It's not very high pressure, but kicker, zero fees, baby, zero fees.
So zero fees on Jamble. Now you were saying that it's more, I guess,
Younger
TikTok
generation, yeah.
marketing.
TikTok. They use TikTok for marketing.
Okay.
Um, so I've had a few conversations with the founders, and from what it looks like, their tech looks promising, but it's just, again, there's so many live selling platforms now that's a matter of who gets, the piece of the pie.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been seeing a lot of whatnot sellers um, that are going there. Yes, you can sell your pandas there. Josh Leva, sell them to me. Sell them to me, and I'll sell them to Jambo, or I could sell them for you.
Ah, see, there we go.
Yeah. So this Friday we'll do our first sneaker stream on Jambo.
That's right. You said on, yeah, Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday. So we're gonna try it out, and because they said it's payday Friday,
Okay.
I'm gonna try to take their paychecks from them.
So we got good questions in here. So B, are you doing all the Posh stuff, sharing and stuff?
I don't, I don't do any pot. I just list. I just
Just
list
list.
and bulk send offers. That's all I do. Bulk send offers.
Rodolfo B, in Posh, do you follow back people who start following you?
No, I don't follow. I haven't done any follow or sharing since we got back this year.
Okay, so
Put it this
B
way,
is just
my
straight
last
listing.
yeah, my last payout was February 2022. That was last year. And then I'm about to cash out once my close to $2,000. I'm literally waiting for it to get delivered. That way it would just clear 2,000 and I'm gonna cash it out. So my goal is to cash out $2,000 at a time.
All right, let me see. Anyone have Panda? Grade school, 5.5. Need for the wife. There goes sneaker pickers.
Oh.
B, if he's selling. So right now, Grizzlies 94, Lakers 76. Start of the fourth quarter. Let me see. Anything else before we start? Anything else going on in sales part? I mean, kind of like a sneakers envy said. I mean, just keep listing and sales start.
Yeah.
You know, my goal this weekend, I was telling B, was to go through the older inventory and make sure things were listed. I did find maybe like 7 pairs that for some reason maybe someone didn't pay, they didn't get relisted. So I'm just trying to get everything organized as usual. And I mean, it's good to do that. I know it feels like you want to get out there and source, you want to do other things,
Right.
but you have to do the necessary things. So that was my
Yeah,
goal.
that's
B, how much Posh listings do you have, and do you list daily there?
I don't know how to check all of them, but let me see. I don't list daily. The last time we list was when we cross listed. So I don't list daily. Um I believe I think we have like 800 last time I checked. Oh, 600, 600 last time I checked. I don't know how you can check all of that. I believe you can go to your Posh. Maybe you guys can tell me, but I don't know how to check everything.
Let me see. Vintage profit. eBay was dead for me until I did 15% off sale. So here's a question that. So do you think eBay wants you to do like marketing, sales promotions, or what if you just had the lowest price to begin with? So let's say your vintage profit, like you that whatever that price is, 15% off. What if you just went with that price to begin with?
Yeah, will it move
Or
faster?
does eBay want you to run the sales? And I personally think they want you to run the sales, like, or see that
Mm.
you're active doing promotions and stuff. Because as we know as sellers, like even if you're the lowest one, doesn't mean it's gonna sell. So I think that like with running promotions, I think they want you to just be active in the store. You're running store coupons or other things, and it brings people in that way. eBay want to be pay for play, says Yaroslav. Let me see. eBay pulling the strings like the master of puppet, reselling puppets. eBay got that new pay-per-click stuff. eBay Poshman. Yes, my higher promotions are keeping me more steady for me now. Let's see. Danny.
Okay,
Um,
so I got an answer now for people. It's 870 listings. That's what we have. Total value is $127,000 listed on Posh.
okay, there we go. Straight from the B. There's the stats. And JC in the chat, 871.
There you go.
Danny, it's like kissing your boss's ass. They control the game.
Um, yeah. I'm kind of like biased about it because right now it's like my strategy is just kind of like list mid high market and then wait till everybody sells off and then you're next, right? Like it's kind of like I don't want to pay for a VIP ticket, but I'll get there eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll just wait, fall in line, chat with my buddies in line. So that's kind of like my mentality now. But back in the day when I was trying to grow my store, and I don't know if we might have to go back there to be very competitive. If somebody sorts low to high, I want to be in the first page,
Hmm.
right? So, are you gonna be within the 10% lowest of low to high? So, I think that's a move that I think we have to do if we want to churn more inventory. Obviously, if we want to, run more revenue, get more cash flow, we have to go that. We have to go that route. So I think it's, I am in the middle right now. I'm in the middle. Like, do I want to churn more or do I want to sit out and see where everything settles? Right? Because right now we understand sneaker market has been like the trashiest it's ever been since post COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not touch. I haven't paid a sneaker over market. Before it was easy for us to pay 180, $200 on $100 item, right? Like we're paying almost double because we can resell it for almost triple. But
And
now,
people were doing that with pandas. I mean, and now look
yeah,
at
right,
pandas. I
yeah,
mean,
and even with like shattered backward force, right? Like I'm not even trying to touch that because it's very like it's hype, but it's really not that hype. Even lost and founds are great to buy right now, but even though they're great to buy, it's not great to sell, right? So if I think lost and found was like if you have money in the bank, you have to buy a bunch of lost and found and sit on it. It'll be $1,000 in no time.
mm,
Um, I think that's the move. Grade school, I think will be there soon. Right now, it's at its lowest because they just restocked. Um, I agree with if the item is replaceable, sell it now. Collectible, hold for top dollar. I agree on that
here's a
one.
question too that me and Brian were talking about that earlier as far as like the whatnot side of it goes. Like, so before you went on like the vacation to the Philippines, you
Yeah,
had, let's say, pretty consistently, you could get 80 plus people. Now,
yeah.
do you
I
think going on vacation like killed momentum, or do you think that it's a combination of between that with also the platform just not being
not
as
getting more. Yeah,
exciting as it
yeah.
was like in the beginning? I mean, I think it's a combo,
I think it's a
but
combo of both, right? But it's the timing of where the economy hits.
That's true too. I mean, you're
Um,
definitely gonna get less buyers
yeah,
unless the deals are
yeah,
so
right.
huge
Like it's
that.
like, cause like even if I put out a shoe right now, right? Like, cause at the because also too, it's like it's the consumer versus the real buyers versus the resellers. When I see more resellers bidding on an item and being present in my show, no hate to you guys, but I'm not there for you. I'm not for everybody that's watching Hustler Hacks. I don't go live and whatnot for us. Like we go live for trying to get customers. And when we're not getting new buyers or new customers in our show, that just means that okay, it's just you me handing money to each other and then paying whatnot 10%. It's like it's like us Venmoing each other money with 10% cash out. Right? It's like, hey Glenn, here's $100, and then you cash out. Oh, Ken, here's another $100, right? And eventually that $100 will go to zero because we've been paying fees. So that's what I've been doing. But there are also a lot of sellers that have built their own customers, which it doesn't matter if Glenn has 1,000 people. That doesn't mean it's whatnot customers. It could be just Hustler Hacks customers,
Mm.
right? So there are like characters there. There are like shows that they only go for that show because at the end of the day, people are creatures of habit. So once they start looking at you and then they start liking you, they're gonna follow you there. And every time you go live, you're there. But if you don't get in that groove, then you're just another seller, right? So so I think that's where it's at. And also, I'm not gonna lie, I pretty much lost the same excitement I had, which I guess it's expected because we've been selling for a year.
I
So
mean, I think it's expected just because it's so hands-on, camera on.
yeah,
You know,
it's
you're putting in
tiring.
so
It's
much work in
tiring. Yeah.
front of the camera on like switching items, selling this item, and then hey, you're freestyling it too. If someone recommends something, hey JC, can you pick this up, or you
Yeah.
have to go get it, or Rachel goes to get it. Like you have to be on the fly, ready to move.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, I could see that, but with the other platforms coming up, let's see, let's see what happens. Long term game. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Again. Also, too, like what I always say is like, man, at least we've tried it, and then we know it, right? Like pretty much the way how I attacked Jambo was so like easy. Like I pretty much just got to know the show. I mean the app in 2 shows, and then now like we can hit it hard whenever the buyers are there.
Yeah.
So
Well, I guess because whatnot. Even though they added in, you could sell products individually. They're not there yet, and the fan
yeah,
base, customer base isn't there yet
yeah,
either. Now, going on
yeah,
eBay, going on Amazon, things like that, you're looking for something specific. So you're gonna
yeah,
look for your size. You're gonna look for that shoe, whatever you're needing,
yeah,
and that's what the go-to is.
yeah,
Now, people are saying that like more low ballers than usual. I mean, they've always been there,
yeah,
but think about this: that you are going to be trying to sell more and probably making a lot less than, of course, we did, let's say 5 6 years ago, for the people that have really been here for a while.
yeah, 100%.
Air Max 98, Air Max 97, Air Max 90,
95s. We can't
95s.
sell 95s anymore.
Like we already knew those were 140, 150. You're doubling, you're tripling from the Ross finds.
Hmm.
Now that's going to be a lot difficult, but not just because the price is huge at Ross. I mean, for the most part, I mean, $20 cleats that stayed the same. I
It's
mean,
still there. Yeah,
which is great, but the money that people have to spend on those type of shoes, those type of
it's not
items,
there. Yeah,
but they might not get that great deal. Also, if you're not going to
yeah.
make any money, it makes no sense to sell it for cheap.
You just have to be a smarter buyer now.
Yeah,
As much as I hate it that I am trying to find better options. I'm trying to become better patient now. Right? Like when Nike runs 20%, it's pretty much very has very low chances of me trying to look hard. Now if it's 30, then yes, because that's the most discount we'll ever get, right? And then we try to source there, and then clothing, right? I find the green sticker ones. Yes, a lot of low ballers, money is tight, and that's why I'm saying like if I if I clearance my items 20% right now, 20 to 25%, I'll have a lot of cash flow. But do I really want that much cash flow? Because if I buy another product, will it give me the same ROI on what I paid before
Mm,
to do all the work and release it? Or am I just trying to get more cash to make $10 for every $50 buy? You know,
yeah.
does that make sense?
Intramorph, on their last earnings report, Nike said they beat expected revenue, but they made less profit than expected because they have to keep clearing out their overstock. So it's
There we
almost
go.
like to hit those same numbers that you want to hit, you're going to be doing,
You have to take less profit.
yeah, you're going to be
Yeah,
putting in a little bit more work. Or maybe you have to
yeah,
source a little bit more to
hmm
now hit those same numbers
hmm
that you would have hit, let's say, in
yeah,
years past. So that's
yeah,
what it's starting to become.
yeah. And again, it's fine. Lakers down by 22. Oh my gosh.
Well, we're not talking about that right
We're not. Nobody's getting ROI right now.
now. Just like every other recession, people are buying less, but most people selling for less. Time to source more and find those deals. So,
I agree. I agree. This last, I would say this last week since our last, I've probably sourced probably like 30 to 40 more pairs online in other people that it was pretty much a no-brainer buy. Like I don't even have to like look. Like when you get offered dunks for like 110, $115 a piece, like it don't matter what colorway it is because it could be a 150, 160 sell. But again, that's me expecting 50% ROI.
yeah.
Not like before, I was like, can I double my money? Can I double my money? Uh, yes, online it's so easy because there's so many stuff going on. Like I catch myself not sleeping at night because they just drop pricing. The fact that the newest LeBron is $60 off already on the website. That is wild. That's unheard of. They usually wait for the next one or at least 10 colorways before the first colorway goes on sale.
Yeah.
So opportunity is there. You just have to, I guess, this is the time to work smart. Because if you want to work hard, you can work hard at this because you can, make 20% ROI easily. But I think with combination of working smart and working hard, you can still get 50% ROI.
Yeah, I agree. I just feel like where it is, I think by default, because Nike has so much like hype available right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That it's almost making it seem like every regular Air Max or like the LeBron or the KDs are almost like they should be less than $100 now
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because there is so much affordable dunks
Yeah. I mean,
or
Jordan 1 still available at Nike.com.
exactly.
Dude, Lucky Green, I think that's a clean colorway. I think it's a clean shoe.
So I think it's pushing this idea also in other people's heads that like, well, yeah, Air Max 97 is cool, but it's not like a hype cool. So
Yeah.
technically they should be like less than 100,
Dude, I would have
80
bought
bucks,
every
90 bucks.
well back in the day, we would have bought every 97 we could find for $75,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And then now I'm literally like I'm buying 97 for $50 and I'm like, "Oh, I hope they sell for 85."
Yeah, because also the outlets are also selling them for that
Yeah,
cheap. So it's kind of
exactly.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
let me see, 50% ROI still there, 100% ROI still out there
Oh,
too.
it's
Sticker
there.
pickers.
You see me what I'm selling on this clothing items. It's there, especially on clothing. It's there. Just have to be really good at finding this stuff.
Basically, it's a buyer's market right now because almost every company out there has mass overstock, says Intramorph. So there we go. Even with 97s, like the silver bullets, the gold
Dude,
one, like they did not
silver
sell that
bullets,
great.
si- silver bullets are at my outlet right now sitting.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to get a pair. I think they're
Yeah,
super. I mean, I have the gold ones, but I like the silvers.
the gold ones are like $20, 20% off retail right now. If you
Yeah,
can go online, you can get it right now.
wild.
690 just sell A6 exactly. 16.99 all day, baby. Asics, Saucony's, I got you. New
I got
Balance, I got you.
big baller brand. I got you.
No. Um,
Went to the Nike
uh,
clearance today. They were taxing Nike factory store cheaper.
I've heard that feedback.
Yeah.
Clearance has been whack. I have a friend that went to Nike clearance and they said it's trash.
Adam got my silver bullets for $80. There we go.
Wow. You're just rubbing it on Glenn's face now. Dude, I remember we went to LA and you were still looking for that silver bullets.
I know. And
Was
then
that
now
Skull
they're just
Kicks? That was
like,
Skull Kicks, right? That was Skull Kicks.
yeah. And now they're just like a whatever.
Yeah.
They remade them. They came out again, and it was like, yeah, all right, cool. There you go, cheap. All right, so here we go. Starting to our main topic: top 10 qualities of a successful seller.
Yo, I never do this, but I gotta use the restroom.
Oh, here we go.
I'm getting old.
All right, get out of here. Let me see, Ken. Is there anything selling better for you on Poshmark rather than eBay? Well, I know right now he has. I don't know if he's listing a lot of the clothing, because I think he's selling a lot of the clothing on whatnot. But that's a good question. We'll see when he comes back after his pee break. What was the B drinking in that cup of his? Dapper. B got to pee. eBay Boschman. Paul at the toilet. Let me see. He's been drinking green tea with honey. JC came into the chat. So thinking about it now, I was like, going through these ideas of these top 10, I think consistency, I guess, would be part of one of them. But consistency isn't really like a main one, which it should be. Baker brand, appreciate that. They had a question for you. Anything selling better than others on Poshmark? Like any certain item?
Um, Cheap women's shoes, like free runs, like waffles.
Hmm.
Um, um, Converse, cheap Converse.
Okay,
There you
there
go.
we go. Might have to get some stuff cross listed. When I'm done, I'll have to work on that next.
Hey, there you
Mercari,
go.
everything's there, but Poshmark, I don't even. I'd have to start from scratch, so that
Oh,
would take a while.
I'm the same way with Macari. I'm gonna have to do Macari next.
All right, here we go. So there's no particular. Sometimes you go to like 10, 9, 8. There's no order.
All
So
right.
the first one, passionate. So it says passionate sellers want to be surrounded by it every single day. Their first and last thoughts are ways to improve that day and the next. Anybody losing sleep on business stuff? I mean, it's good, it's bad, but I mean, I think definitely for the next day you're thinking about what you should be working on. I think especially the full-time sellers. Maybe if you didn't finish listing, maybe if you didn't finish sorting and something like that, you're already thinking about the next day. But for the most part, I mean, everything's kind of routine every single day for me. You got to pull the items, shipping the items, and a certain time of the day. And if you don't have a passion for it, though, to doesn't necessarily have to be eBay, but just e-commerce in general, then
Hmm.
you're gonna lose that thrill real fast. There's there's a pill for that, Danny. Lose sleep from the kids. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
Um,
I happen to take melatonin when same as sneakers envy when like I know there's like a big buy or a new sale. I have to take melatonin to put myself to sleep.
this guy's just thinking about all business all day. I don't know.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think I get too passionate sometimes. Not probably sometimes, but too much.
I don't know if
It,
it's a passion as much as it's an addiction, intramorph.
more like obsession.
Which I
um,
think is, I mean, you have to be, especially the full time.
you
I mean, the
have
full
to be.
timers,
You
you're not
have
going to
to
be
be.
paying any bills if you're not.
You have to be crazy enough. And this is me. I always put myself in a situation of like, if I mess this up, I won't have money to pay my mortgage.
Hmm.
Like that's how like hardcore I go. And I'm like, and then me and my wife's like, when we get in an argument, we'd be like, well, if we can't pay our mortgage, we're sleeping in our cars. and we start losing our cars, we're homeless.
So you got to
Like
push it.
that's how I play it. Yeah. Um, but I guess you have to. I think it's a necessity. It's a necessity.
Yeah, I mean a business owner in general. I mean,
And yeah, and then at a certain time, I guess you just have to accept that you settle for less.
that's why we were only allowed to make one mistake a day, says JC.
There you go. That's our rule
If
here.
maybe
That's our rule.
less.
What? That's what I'm saying. Even that one could be really costly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Self motivated. So successful sellers are go getters and achievers. They're thinking big ideas, put things in motion, and make life better for those they serve. Highly successful sellers have a burning desire to get results and do not require a cheering section to stay organized or energized.
And
Well,
this is tough.
this one's tough because I do believe the like community aspect is extremely important because we talked about this last time too that
Yeah.
it is going to be very lonely road because you're not going to find very many people that can relate to what you're doing. And a
Yeah.
lot of people are definitely going to see it as like, oh, I sell on eBay, that's cute. That's a nice
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
side
Yeah.
hustle. But for us, every Wednesday or, you know, in the chat, we post videos or seeing what you guys tag me on IG. I think that's important too. I think you like to see what other people and the success that they get.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, I want you to do well.
My question to you, like you've definitely been doing this a lot longer, and you're a lot more rhythmic driven or habit driven.
Hmm.
How do you stay motivated? Like what when you feel like you don't want to do it, like are there any like I guess pill or energy drink, it might be like literal things that you actually do, or maybe like it's a mindset, or is it a song that you put in or something? What's that for you?
I think it's because I think we're more like results driven, and I think
Mm-hmm.
like especially after talking to B though, I think I've gotten more into like, all right, you want to see results, you got to put in the work to see the numbers and where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was kind of like when me and the wife tried to do like different diets, they just were not working out, and there was a point to where like, but diets wouldn't work anyway because you can't keep that sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think when you're trying to like get in shape and then you're also trying to grow a business, they're very relatable.
We're hard.
Like it's like I hate when people say like, "Well, don't get it on the scale every day." Or don't get on the scale every week. You're not going to like that. That's almost like saying like, "Well, don't look at
Your
your listing
bank,
value."
yeah, you look at your bank account. It'll grow. Don't look at your
Yeah.
bank account. It'll grow someday.
You're doing well. It's like, are you? Are you not? You know, and if you know your numbers and you're consistently looking at it, okay, well, I'm improving. I'm adding more. I'm selling more now because I am adding more. I'm
Mhm.
listing more. I'm buying more. And I just like that, you know, that grind of keeping the numbers and seeing what you're doing and
So you remind yourself with the numbers. That's one thing that you do. I
yeah,
have
definitely.
noticed though lately you've been like focused on numbers, and which is
Yeah.
one thing that I guess since we've met, it's something that we always focus on. When it's blah, we literally go back like, okay, where are we taking our numbers?
Yeah.
Like I think that's like the in a way that's kind of like our no taste, no sugar ice cream. We just go to our numbers and be
Mm,
like, oh shit, my number's not good. And then
yeah.
we're just like, okay, well let's get to 1,000 more next week, 2,000 more next week, 3,000, and then now you're at you're six figures. And it's like, okay, this is it. So that's good to know. That's good to know. But I do have to like tell everybody, it's like as much as people see that I'm energetic and stuff like that, because I'm not a very habit driven person like Glenn. I have tendency of this up and down, up and
Mm,
down, up and, because my highs are so high and my lows are so low. So I don't know if you relate with me that there are times that I just wouldn't get out of bed till 1 p.m.
mm,
There are times that I just like this borderline distract myself.
Mm.
Um, because again, like when bills are paid, when things are good, there's food to eat, it's easy to be comfortable. So there are days that I have rough days, and then JC knows this by now, that it's just, and then when she sees me, it's like she always says like, "Hey, is there anything wrong?" Um, and then what we do together is when we feel those down times, because we pretty much mirror each other. If she's not feeling good, I'm not feeling good. If I'm not feeling good, she's not feeling good. What we usually do is we change pace.
Mm.
We do something different off the cuff.
Mm.
Whether it's go to a park,
Go
go
to the
grab
movies
go to
or
the movies, go something different, like just go random. I mean, there have been times we go to a dealership. We we go to a
oh,
dealership, and then we just like, hey, like let's just see what they have. Like the last dealership we went to was Toyota. We just want to see what the GR Corolla looks like. And then we've been to Nissan to look at the Z. Like we try to change something, and then after that, just you just get out of that rut. So that's what we do, and more often I mean it happens, especially in the journey where you've been here for so long.
yeah. I mean, if you want to mix some things up, you should have a baby and see how that feels.
Maybe not sleep, you know what I'm saying? And take throw a diaper here and there,
yeah, yeah. Let me see. I see Glenda's numbers on eBay hypes me up, says Danny. I was getting hyped up from Sneakers Envy. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I like that motivation and to see how well others are doing as well because you want to push yourself.
yeah.
Um, Let me see. It's weird how when your sales are low, it affects your mood, and it shouldn't, says eBay Poshman. Almost kind of
Oh,
like,
Zach, our buddy Zach.
there he is.
Is Zach
Zach.
working on number three?
There you go. Baby. Let me see. Glenn, are you an everything seller or just clothing? So right now, I'm just doing shoes. I still have some left over, like jerseys and apparel, and then hats, which they sell here and there. But I only have 3 boxes that I know I'm gonna use.
Mhm.
So that's what really helps me the most.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it, just down to just this. I don't want to be selling a lot of random things, but as we know, sometimes that happens. When you're out there sourcing stores, you find a North Face sleeping bag or something, then who knows what. Baby number 2 coming. There he goes,
Hey,
Zach.
there you go. Hey,
Congrats.
hey, he's trying to switch it up, baby. Yeah,
There we
he's done with
go.
he's one. He wants two now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, definitely. And then take trips. Take trips. I mean, they're write offs. As long as you source. Um, anybody mess with socks?
I used to sell a
Oh,
ton of
oh,
socks on Amazon.
yeah. It
We
was
got
like,
tired of seeing the
yeah, I
socks.
was I was tired of taking stickers and putting them in a bag. It was Hustler socks. We almost switched the name.
Yeah, just a ton of socks. I mean, they were just moving. They were just so easy.
Yeah, until somebody comes in with 2,000 items, 2,000
Now
pairs, and you're
you're
sitting there for
chilling.
a while.
All right, number 3, organization. Many sellers struggle with honing their organizational talents because they're so caught up in the daily grind of running their company. Now, even though I did this weekend catch up on organizing some of the older inventory, I still have inventory here on this side that
Yeah.
like I get tired of seeing it. But yet, I got to ship. I'm trying to add more listings and you don't want to see that stuff there.
Hmm.
And some of it has to do with like, hey, maybe this return, like I have 2 returns that came in. Like I know I have to relist them and put them back where they belong. I haven't done it yet. But organization is like, this might be one of the things where you need to be number one on. If
Yeah.
you're not organized on anything, you're just gonna be lost, and you're gonna be wasting a lot of time and effort on and money and everything finding
Yeah.
items.
I think so too. I think that's one of the things what has changed our business a lot was when we start investing, because organizational necessities are costly, right? Like I spent money on racks, right? Like I think we're at phase two when we did our new rack update, and that takes time, that takes money, that takes energy, right? Because to organize better means you're trying to polish what your existing system is already. So it's a change, right? So if you're used to seeing certain items here, when you try to organize better, they might not be there anymore. Like we have like a list. One of the biggest things is like our station, our pegboard shipping station.
Mm,
Now everything gets put back there by the end of the day ASAP, and like we make it a big deal if it's not there.
mm,
um that's very important because again it's just like clutter, right? Clutter just slows you down. And again, you've heard me this before. If things are cluttered, I slow down. My creativity sucks.
yeah.
So I think, there's a reason why the most organized people are often the more successful people as well.
Well, as Americans, like, look how much that we buy of like
Yeah.
random stuff that just
Yeah.
clutters the house, from these like random knickknacks from Dollar Tree or something that like you buy, and
Yeah,
it could
I
be
mean,
knickknacks, snacks, random things. You're just like, no
yeah,
one needs all these things, but
that's why like it helped me a lot so much when I went minimalist. That journey when I started it in 21, right? Like what? I did 1 year of just wearing plain black t-shirt, and
mm-hmm,
nobody that I didn't know or I didn't share didn't say a word about it.
yeah.
I was like, and that was like part of it, and then it just spilled over to other things. And now I can't stand when we have shoes that doesn't have a place. So
Mm.
it's either we get rid of it or we add more, either shoe space, or there's no in between. There's no like, oh, it's fine sitting in the floor, it's fine in that corner. That doesn't roll anymore. That's something that we have adapted.
I saw some like documentary thing about minimalists and how like the people that were doing it, like they got kind of depressed because they were like comparing themselves to other people on social
Mm.
media, and like who's cleaner and like
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
like
those are hardcore, right? Right. I mean, it's crazy that we have America has enough storage unit space to put every human being in America inside. We have enough square footage of storage space that we all can fit in the storage units. We don't need houses. That is wild. And you see a storage thing popping out every corner after
true.
this day.
Select goods, my boy. All right, number 4, goal oriented. Successful sellers know the importance of focusing on their goals, which we did kind of talk about this a little bit earlier. Every day we are bombarded by countless shiny objects and distractions
Mm.
trying to steal our attention.
Ooh.
These entrepreneurs know how to avoid distractions and have mastered the self management skills needed to be productive and get things done.
Still, still the best the book that I recommend to everybody is called Managing Oneself by Peter Drucker. If you cannot manage yourself, you cannot manage more than beyond yourself properly.
Well, I think
So,
social media is definitely going to be, well, does this to distract you from. And we see it all the time where people say, like, oh, you're like on IG for a little bit, or you're on
and then
YouTube
they
for a
sit
little
there for
bit, and then,
hours, right?
yeah, the next thing you know, hours gone that could have been listing or doing
Yeah.
something else. But next, specialized knowledge in what you sell. So, successful sellers do not have the luxury of simply clocking in and clocking out each day, nor do they want to. Sellers immerse themselves in industry news to further their understanding, stay on top of trends, get the edge over competitors. Well, I guess I would say in this case, it's kind of more for like industry news and trends and stuff would be like the new platforms.
Yeah.
You know, B's been testing out some of the new platforms and selling different things. But what I kind of thought about it more is just like you're specialized in like only selling those certain things. Like if you've been doing the Ross finds for years, compared to someone that just walks in and wants to start selling this stuff, you have better understanding on the product, the risk, how it's going to sell, when it's going to sell, how much you plan to sell it for. You have that specialized knowledge in that because you've been doing it. Now, if you just walked into the bins and you're just pulling random shirts, but you're not used to that at all, how long is that going to take you to get used to something? You're going to have to really put in that work to know and
Yeah.
specialize in that. That's the way I kind of took it, but
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason. Like I always said, is the neurosurgeon and the heart surgeon are the ones that get paid the most
true.
compared to just other general doctors, because they're specialized. I remember talking to like the one of the number one heart surgeons in Cincinnati, and I asked him about eyes, right? And then he's like, and he literally just said like, I don't know, but if you ask me about heart, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
he has a certain level of medical degree already, but he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't give you advice on it. But let's talk about my specialty. I got you.
yeah.
So I think that one is big, right? Um, and then also too, like to go to a medical school and a specialty, to have a special to have specialization, just like lawyers, right? If you can go get regular, become lawyer, or you could be just, then you have specialty after that. It takes at least, Chad, correct me if I'm wrong, 5 to 8 years to become a medical doctor with a specialty, or even more. So
Might
now
even be even more.
I compare myself to that I'm only like doing 6 years. So I'm like I just got a bachelor's degree in reselling, and then now I'm taking my specialty course. So, or I'm just getting my double major now or something like that. So that's how I kind of see it. So like I really give myself like consistent expectation of like 8 to 10 years before I can be like I got a master's in reselling.
8 plus years, actually. Velo also says, and
Yeah,
Baker brand. Lawyers
there
be
you
in
go.
school for a decade. Sneaker bakers. Big
Yeah.
money Mo. What's up? Positive outcome.
Hey, glad
Niching
to see you
down.
guys. We're still here. We're still here. We're still here.
Yeah.
5.5 years later, 6 years later.
Niching down versus selling everything is an example of specialized knowledge. It allows you to maximize efficiency. 100%.
Yeah.
Texas treasure. I like that one.
Sneaker pickers. There you go. 6 years of college, 2 degrees. So,
Jack of all
so
trades is a master of none. Danny.
yeah. I mean, Danny knows he's a nurse, right, Danny? But it took you a long time. So now we're like, what, Glenn? What you got
Old.
bachelors? You got bachelors in cleats now. Major in golf,
Golf.
golf major, football major, soccer. I remember when me started Glenn. This guy didn't know anything about soccer
I don't
stuff
know
that much,
anything. Yeah,
even
nothing.
football. And
Nope.
I was like, yo, like this is like sneakers. It's like there's the elites, and then there's like, and then because like I knew it because I started buying like academies and the basic ones.
The
So
mid tier, and then the
yeah, and then
basics, and
next thing you know, there's like 3 tiers, right? And then now you could just literally flip it as soon as you see. So now, like, I think that's a good comparison as far as specialization.
yeah, definitely. Number six, risk taker. Going into business for yourself is a risky undertaking because there are no guarantees. Even if your business is just a side hustle right now, there's a great investment of time, money, and resources that can strain personal and family relationships. Despite the possible risk, great sellers are willing to stay the course because they know that the potential for reward is that much greater. Now you're taking
Hey,
risks every day that
hey,
you're that
we
you're
want to
sourcing.
retire, right? We want to retire.
Yeah, exactly. That's a reward. I mean, you're taking risks every day with even with the product that you buy. I mean, one product is already a risk. Is that
Yeah.
is that a bad item? Is it a good item? Great price. When is it going to sell? Do you have the money for it? Do you not? But I do see the whole point here too, like the investment of time, money, resources. You could be doing so much more, and if you're just like half-assing the business, and you're taking time away that you could be improving yourself or with family or doing other things,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh
Yeah, it's
man,
better invested in family time if you're just gonna half-ass it.
yeah,
You know, just be a better son, just be a better father, just be a better mother or a sister or brother. If you're just gonna half-ass business, just help them mow their lawn, just help them clean their house, just help them do their groceries. You'll be a better person than trying to give sacrifice of that for something that you're not gonna go all in anyway.
I think that's when I forgot what interview it was with like Kobe talking about like I think I think Vanessa said that like if you're gonna spend this much time away from the family, you
Yeah,
better win.
that's true. Yeah, it
And
better be
so I think
worth it,
that's why
right?
it pissed them off so much when like these Laker rookies would come in
Oh yeah,
and just like half-ass practice
practice. Yeah,
and games because he's like, we have no chance at winning because of these guys. They're not taking it seriously.
yeah. I'm out here sacrificing family time, other things,
Yeah,
and y'all not taking it seriously. That's
yeah,
why I think that's the hardest battle. I think for within a team sport,
yeah.
the mentality. If they don't have the same mentality, either they're gonna drag you down or pull you up.
All right, here we go. Number 7, decisive. Many people dread being forced to make an important decision. After all, what if you mess up and the consequences of your poor choice continue to haunt you for years to come? As sellers, it's your role to make the tough calls when the budget starts dwindling and products aren't moving.
I'll clearance that later. 2 years later, I still have that listing.
I mean, I think that kind of goes with the risk taker, though, too. I mean, it's about making decisions.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess these could be bigger calls, I guess, if you're
I,
huge risks.
I
But
would even say that if you're not decisive on smaller things, you're definitely not gonna be decisive in bigger things,
that's true. Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Because like, dude, if you can't even make up your mind, you're gonna make $10 or lose $10 right now. Imagine if I like, Glenn, yo, I have this lot for $20,000. We should buy it, and then you're like, oh, like, nah, nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like same way with me and Sneakers Envy was like, let's buy all Nike clothing, and it's like we'll triple our money. Worst case scenario, we'll get our money back. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do it. Like, let's go get it. You know. So you have to be. And again, you have to live by it. And I think that's a really good practice. You have to be decisive because there'll be opportunities that's going to come your way that if you don't decide, you miss it.
Yeah,
They move on. If they ask Glenn and Glenn doesn't say yes, they ask other people.
yeah,
And the same way with me, like the same way with all of us. And if somebody offers like, hey, you want to buy all my Nike, and you're like I would now I'm like, send me the list, send me the price, and we'll talk after.
yeah,
You have to do that because if you're not, then you're gonna be like those people. Man, I got this great idea of that day. I remember 2 years ago, Glenn, our great idea, but man,
just didn't implement it.
I think one of me, Glenn's biggest regret was not investing our stimulus money on Hertz.
Oh yeah, I think you said that one last time.
We were indecisive, but again, there was a reason why we're indecisive. We're not investors.
Yeah, I don't know anything about
We're
stock
not
stuff.
stock market investor, but that's what I'm saying. But hey, put sneakers in our face, we'll be decisive quick.
Well, I think yeah, you have to make the tough calls, but you gotta also make them kind of quick, especially if you're at the outlets and there's 20 other resellers that
Yeah,
are grabbing stuff
yeah,
nonstop. It's like you're gonna sit there and you're just gonna be like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
By that time, good sizes are gone, the shoes
Yeah.
are gone, and not
Yeah.
only that, now you're gonna be waiting in line for a long time too.
Yeah.
It's a nice little combo.
Yeah.
All right, next one. We got three left. Problem solving. So true sellers focus on big picture scenarios and don't allow themselves to get bogged down by just the numbers. Having problem solving skills will help you make a sense of ever growing flurry of numbers and changes in your business.
Mhm.
Problem solving comes with like, customer service issues, maybe item issues, maybe. I think there's like small things that I think you shouldn't allow yourself to get bogged down, like it says here. Like, you got to return. It happens.
Mhm.
But I know for some people, especially starting out too, you're like, oh man, I got this return, ruined my day. I don't want to go sourcing anymore. like,
I don't want to list on eBay anymore. I quit eBay. I hate returns.
uh, hey, at least with eBay, you'll get 50% back if the item wasn't as in that same condition. Amazon, that boy's gone, and your money's gone too.
Mhm.
So to get bogged down by these little things, it's kind of like, but bigger picture stuff, you're staying focused on it and you're not letting yourself get down on that. But
Yeah.
I think problem solving could come to like also like, do I have enough room
Yeah.
inventory wise and
Yeah.
space wise for this? What makes sense? Like building shelves for you.
Yeah.
You could have been like, how are we gonna figure out where to put this inventory? Or am I just gonna start stacking stuff forever and get
Yeah.
lazy? Or
Or put it random. Put it in
yeah,
random places.
exactly. There's always room, sneaker
Yeah.
pickers.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what me and Glenn would. If there was something me and Glenn have really one thing in common is when there's a problem, we find a solution. That's it. And we decide if there's even a solution for it or not. If there's not, we let go. It's uncontrollable at that point if there's no solution to that problem. And if there is it something that we could do now or is it something that we can wait longer? Same way with us in the seller, right? Last year we went hardcore in sneakers, and after that, money's not there. What are we gonna do? We're not gonna force the issue. We're gonna be like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll wait till the next cycle.
But you
That's
gotta
the
pivot, you gotta
solution.
make decisions
Yeah,
and
yeah,
risks, just like all the
yeah,
other ones we just
yeah.
talked about.
Like he bought, 50 million hats. I bought 50 million hoodies. That was literally where we went, and like, and whether that's good for our business or not, we decided, or we could just sit here and went, man, what if we pivot, man, and we didn't lose 20 grand on sneakers?
Hmm.
That'd be terrible.
Well, the
That'd be
good thing is
terrible.
about the business side of it too is like when you take on problems head on, it also gets into your like personal life too. That like
Yeah,
when problems do arise, you're looking to fix it and figure it out right
yeah.
away.
You're not
Um,
like, yeah, you're not trying to like push it aside, right? And
yeah,
that, and to be honest, like beyond business, that's really big. I think because we live in an era right now where our problem is not survival. It's not like back in the day they talk about this 10,000 year mindset, or back in the early days of human being. People's problem before is getting something to eat, to survive, or not getting killed by a predator.
mm,
We live in an era right now that none of that is a problem anymore. A lot of us that's watching here, how to make fire, exactly, right? A lot of us now has internet connection, has takeout in the palm of our hands, has roof over her head, has more clothing and shoes than anybody,
then we
more
need.
than that we need, right? So a lot of times, like our daily lives are not faced with serious problems anymore.
Yeah,
And if you think about it that way, any problem is so minor if you realize that all the necessities of surviving you have, and that should like get you going on fixing problems. And I just want to speaking to what Intramore said, the analysis paralysis, going to the indecisiveness. Put it this way: you don't go in a restaurant, sit down there, and just say like, "Just give me whatever you want to give me." You go to a restaurant because you say like, "Man, I'm feeling steak and mashed potatoes." You go there and be like, "I'll get steak, mashed potatoes," and all of that, all of us has preference already, right? You don't go in there and be like experiment all of a sudden, be like, "Oh, I want a rare right now, but some tomorrow I'll have well done." We all have that go to order. So the same way you're building that go to order, you gotta have that go to decision making, uh, in your business. Like me and JC right now, when we say like, uh, it's iffy, we say like, don't buy it. When
Yeah.
we both say it's iffy, our automatic response is don't buy it. That's it. And again, that's being decisive, problem solved, move on.
Big money mo. Broke boys today have more amenities and luxuries than millionaires 100 years ago.
Oh, that is so true, right? Millionaires back in the day riding a horse and carriage. Broke boys now got Uber, got train, can go further than the millionaires could before. That is a good mindset. I'm gonna use that. Big money mo. Do I have the permission? Broke boys today have more amenities than luxuries with millionaires 100 years ago.
We'll see if
Big
Mo
money
lets you
mo.
use
Give me
it.
a thumbs up if I can use it. All right.
All right, next one. We got two left. Persistent. So, successful sellers do not let up, and they will never give up either. They will keep going until they win. Once they win, they'll keep going until they win again and again. And I think this one should be more, maybe not, well, persistent and consistent. I think should kind of like work together. I think I would like more consistent, just because it's like every single day you're doing everything you can to keep hitting that goal,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, or to reach that goal. Um, some people have that thing too. Like, I'm not going to bed until I'm done listing everything that's here, or I'm not gonna do this until I'm done doing that. Like, I'm not gonna be listing anything on Poshmark until I can get
Yeah.
everything listed on eBay first, and I have to finish
Yeah.
that. So I have like different things that I want to meet. Um, so persistent or consistent? I'd rather go consistent wise, but I don't know. What do you
I
think?
would say so because the consistent person eventually gets his way,
Hmm.
right? Because I can be persistent for a short period of time, but that short period of time might not be enough to crack the code,
Hmm.
if you say so, right? Because like we've 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 seen so many people that has come and gone, super persistent. Hey, hustler hacks B, we need to collab. We need to collab. Hey, we need to do this. We need to do this. Hey, like, and then they're gone. They did have the persistency, but they never got the consistency. So I think to be truly persistent in your goal, you have to be consistent because consistency, it's like not giving up until it's done.
Yes, sir. There you go, Rory. Matt, shout out to B. Started
Hey,
listing it more on
hey,
Posh. Got a
stale
sale this
items.
morning.
I love those. Those are the best feeling ever. When a stale item on eBay sells on Posh, man, I sold like a I sold like a Metcon on Posh for like $100, and like I was selling it on eBay for like $65, and I was like taking lower offers.
All right, our last one, communicative. It just says,
Ooh.
what too few sellers realize, however, is that some forms of communication are more valuable than others, and that interpersonal communication must rise above all else if you want to succeed.
Might have to read that again.
What too few sellers realize, however, is that some forms of communication are more valuable than others, and that interpersonal communication must rise above all else if you want to succeed.
So interpersonal, that's the key. What does that mean?
I know.
It's a
What?
conversation within yourself, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that one should have been with the self motivated one. No?
Yeah, but I think this number 10, the interpersonal communication, is a self check. Would
Yeah,
you agree?
true. Yeah.
It's like, do we have it in us that we can look ourselves in the mirror like, yo, bro, you're slacking? Because even up to a certain point, me and Glenn, our friendship cannot provide that. Yes, it can at certain times, but you gotta be able to tell yourself,
Yeah.
like, man, like, be like, I do that all the time. I do that all the time. Be like, man, like, I remember last year you were like so hype. You would do everything to do this, and then now you got this. Now you're not. I mean, even with my cars, I do that. It's like, man, my cars last year were so clean, and now they're dirty, and then that just gets me out of funk and start cleaning my car. You have to do that. I think
uh,
I Go ahead.
Sneakers Flip Fine says, bite your tongue, swallow your ego, and put your customer service hat.
100% agree.
Here's the thing though, when I look at, besides the interpersonal communication, looking at
Hmm.
the outside communication, I think is like super important just because it's just like, okay, customer service, which you gotta, even though the message might be dumb, you gotta
Yeah,
respond. Um, Relationships when it comes to, let's say, who you're buying from, even if
yeah,
it's random cashier at Ross or something. But like
yeah,
we said, if they see you every day, you can build that relationship or friendship. Next thing you know, someone might be able to hook you up. Now you're going to the back, like Derby City, maybe outlets as well. They're always going to remember you if you're one of these divas that walk in thinking that they owe
yep,
you something. And, having those relationships are always well. Relationships and communication with your, let's say, your wife and your employee.
yeah.
Like, that has to be on point if this business is going to
Has to be.
run.
It has to be black and white. It has to be black and white. It has to be so broken down that there's no miscommunication. I guess, right? The opposite of having good communication is miscommunication. Um, I think that's very important. Um, you have that's a skill required for any business, that even B2B or B2C, right? Business to business relationship or a business to customer relationship. That is one thing that I guess we've become much mature on handling low ballers,
Mm.
on handling annoying customers. Um, we have a system now that we just respond to everybody. Even it's like, hey, will you do $20 for this $100 item? We always respond, sorry, we can't go that low. You know, we always do that. And then, on Poshmark, you get offered $20 for $100 item. I just respond $90. Like, there's no, like, don't let yourself, get butt hurt about that, because again, they might, because through your good communication skills, whether they treated you right or not, you might earn them as a customer.
And trust me, they get tired of those bulk buyers that love to brag about how much they sold certain
Yeah,
items in that store. It gets old real quick.
yeah,
So put the ego in check, keep buying and keep sourcing. Nobody wants to hear like, "Oh, remember that Jordan that I bought last week? Dude,
yeah.
sold for 250." And you're
Hmm.
constantly that person that's just talking about themselves over and over again, what they sold, how much money they have, how much money you're making. They don't care about that.
Yeah,
But if you're a nice person, you're making conversation, how are they doing? B always say, pizza and donuts, you bring them stuff.
you
I
bring them
mean,
stuff.
things like that.
Like, every time I have a giant haul at these stores, I always try to come back and give them something. And and again, it's with all due respect, you gotta obviously be kind and not make it look like you're trying to buy them.
Yeah.
But if you're genuine about it, it doesn't matter. Like, we've bought pizza for the whole, crew. We've bought, even just drinks, or just a small gift card here and there. We live in a society where it's so easy, right? Like, I remember the last time I literally sent a $50 Starbucks gift card to one assistant manager in a store and said, drinks on us.
Mm,
And I said like how many people are working? And they said five, so I just sent $50 gift card. And it's like because they don't even have to go and get it. They could get it delivered.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or one person could get it, order it for all. So I think communication goes beyond words. I think that's one thing that I want to add. If we talk communication goes beyond words because words can only take you so far. Your words gonna match your actions.
Matter of fact, that you mentioned that, I actually did that last week. So there's like we have a postal place that's like very near my house that I can just like. So there's this lady that's just there every day. Doesn't really
Mhm.
say anything. Actually, does look kind of tired most of the time.
Yeah, yeah,
But I take packages, scans them all. No complaints. Never tells me like, "Hey, you're limited to like 5 packages," or
right.
"Hey, this is taking too long," or "You're holding up
Yeah.
lines." Nothing. Never complains. And when was it? On Wednesday, Thursday? I don't know. But last week, I was like, I see you every day. I know we don't talk much, but I appreciate you and I thank you for scanning all my packages every
Hmm.
time. And I gave
Yeah,
her a $50 gift card, like the Starbucks one, because there's
yeah,
Starbucks right next to it.
yeah.
And like her face was just like so confused, but then it was just like a big smile too, and it was just kind of
Right.
like, oh, thanks. And she was just like kind of confused, but
Yeah,
I think that like you have to also appreciate the ones that do well for you as well, and not
yeah,
just we've seen it all. The ones that don't want to help you and the ones that
yeah,
do,
yeah,
and it's a big difference.
yeah.
All right, let me see. I think that 5 packages minimum stop after my first week at USPS. Now they just open the window and scan them all. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
She went
So
home
like
thinking he wants me in tomorrow.
I have a boyfriend. Man, Glenn always gets the vapor ass.
The vapor. That's right. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that
Nice
one.
vapor max. Like, what are you saying? Like my ass is nice?
Yeah.
The vapor max.
Never mind. I'm out of here and I'm never coming to this one
Yeah, I'm
again.
not. I'm not talking anymore.
Shooter shoot vintage profit.
Sheesh.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
He wants me.
He wants me. I do want you to
I do.
scan these
Yeah.
packages every day.
Man, man, this is a good ender. That was deep. That was hard conversations to have. That was a lot of necessities to be successful. But but yeah, at the end of the day, if you just consistently do it every day and
It's not easy.
yeah, and then just strive to do it right. It's not trying to say that you have to be 100% at all of these categories, but I think if you try, you show effort, and then at the end of the day, if you've done everything you did, we just all laugh and have a good time. I think we're all bound to be successful.
All right, we are done. That was an hour and a half show.
Yes, sir.
So when you listen to this, you're out there packing, shipping.
Yeah.
Catch that rerun. Listen to the
There
whole
we go.
thing. There we go.
Yes,
Byron,
sir.
any
Yes,
good
sir.
finds lately? We went through the finds earlier.
Earlier. Yep.
Um, but we'll go through the finds next Wednesday as well, and I'll try to get a video ready for Friday. So trying to get back at that, which has been a little tough, but I don't want to leave the channel hanging. I mean, I like the sourcing, I like the videos, but let's see what we can do. Get that for Friday. All right, we're done.
There you go.
We'll see
Peace.
you. Anything else, B? You're gonna go live on anything soon?
Uh, Tomorrow, just catch me. Just follow me on Jambo. Download Jambo.
Download Jambo. We'll talk about it
Yep.
on Wednesday. See what you think
Yeah.
about that. All right, go ahead and get it. See ya.